Yo, what up, guys? Listen, today we're going to talk about circumstances when you may need your credit, right? We're not talking about wanting credit right now. We're talking about needing your credit, and certain circumstances in life that may put you in that place where you just might simply need your credit for a certain situation. You may have a family, you may have children, you may have a spouse. Um, so let's just talk about different things that can occur, right? Okay, let's say credit. One, let's talk about housing. We all need housing. We all need some place to stay. Housing. Now, there's a few situations, right? We could talk about when you typically just get approved for an apartment or trying to get approved for an apartment where you need your credit, right? Well, what if it's a situation where the landlord sells? And someone actually called me about that last week, and that's what made me want to really kind of bring that to the light. What happens if the landlord sells? That credit becomes such a more urgent, important factor if that happens, right? Let's say you have a baby. So now you are expanding the family. You're expanding the family. So guess what? That one or two bedroom that you had, it just doesn't suffice. You need bigger space. You need more space. These are real life situations, right? If you have a family, you could get pregnant. So you might need more space, right? If the landlord decides to sell, you need another place. What if the lease is up and the landlord chooses not to renew? See, that's the thing about it. Whether you did something wrong or not, if the landlord chooses not to renew your lease, they can have that option, right? So housing is first. We talking about circumstances where you need your credit, right? Where you need your credit, housing. All right. Let's talk about other situations where you may need your credit. Let's say a life circumstance that may be costly, such as a medical bill. What if there's a procedure that you must get? I'm telling you, um, it's just super important to be able to have this resource at your disposal, whether you're a credit lover or not, right? So having a medical bill, right? Some type of emergency or unexpected surgery. These are real life situations that do happen, unfortunately, right? I don't wish this to happen on no one, but when we're talking about things that really cause and something that you may not just have handy right away, that credit can really help you get to where you need to be, right? Thirdly, we could talk about vehicles. And a vehicle may not be a necessary in everybody's situation, but guess what? Depending on where you live, you may need a vehicle in order to get to work, or you may also need a vehicle in order to do the job. Like some jobs and some positions um, require you to have a car, require you to have a job. What if you had a car and your car unexpectedly broke down, but you still need that car to do the job? What if Uber was your full-time job? What if Lyft is your full-time job? And you just have this unexpected expense. You can have an unexpected accident. So even if you are not the type of person that's just using credit every single day, using credit cards, using this, guess what? Your mind can change. You may be a single person. You might be watching this video. You may be 30 years old. What if you decide, that you want to have children, and now you went from wanting to rent to now you want to buy a house, right? And I was having this conversation the other day with a barber, and he was saying how he paid cash for everything, and he was saying how, oh man, you are right, because I was trying to get something, and the real estate agent or somebody was telling him that he needed to have credit. But I say this to people all the time. Even when you get cash, the bank want to track. The bank want to understand where is that money coming from and how you perform. If you're just using cash transactions, if this is a consistent payment amount that you're receiving on a reoccurring basis, like from a job or a direct deposit, if it's a business, if you are a barber, how would they be able to track that information? Would you want to loan money to someone that you don't know if they had any income or proof of income or proof of credit? Because that's all credit is really they tracking the bills and tracking this and tracking that. So understand, whether you're a barber, whether you're self-employed, that tracking your credit and being able to track your finances is going to be key when it comes to getting a loan from the bank. It's going to be key because they got to know where is that money coming from and how are you receiving that money. So back to the original topic, which is circumstances when you need your credit. I want us to think about those funerals. Funerals is a huge one. How many people had first prize in a funeral to bury one of their family members when, you may not love the idea of using a credit card, but if you wanted to bury the person that raised you or something that happened or somebody close in your family, you would. I know you would be willing to do so, right? So we're talking about situations that we may not necessarily want to happen, but they realistically can happen, and we want to live in reality. So when I want you guys to think about credit, I want you to think about things that you may need it for and being able to have it in your back pocket just in case you do need it, even if it's not at the moment, because circumstances change, situations change, family size change, all type of things change, right? Divorces happen where people move out. That's one of the biggest times people move out, if a divorce or something like that happens, guys. So I want you to be aware and clearly aware and hear me that things can happen, and I want you to be prepared financially. I want you to have the best financial resources at your disposal. And if you need that free consultation, hit the Calendly link in the bio to set it up. What day you're available, you may be busy, you may be at work, but we're talking about circumstances where you may need your credit. So if your credit is not where you want it to be, man, I want you to get on it right away. Join the team if you're not too sure how to get started, and I'm going to see y'all next time.